Summer's Greenwood fire in northern Minnesota left a massive burn scar on the landscape of the Superior National Forest.
And what's left in the wake of a fire like that is shocking and disheartening to many. A few weeks back, I went north to see for myself, and at first blush, the effect of a massive wildfire is devastating. But as I discovered, if you look closely at the forest and allow a little time, that burn scar will heal nicely.
When the smoke clears and the last flames are out, the stark reality of a major forest fire is right there in black and white. Vast tracts of forest charred and barren, except for the burned out spines of what were once massive pines. The Greenwood fire, out of control at times, burned nearly 27,000 acres, forest land in northern Minnesota left unrecognizable, and to many the perception that it is also unredeemable. I posed that thought to Kyle Stover from the U.S. Forest Service as we walked the mostly barren landscape of the Superior National Forest 2 months after the Greenwood fire began.
For the layperson, they look around a forest like this and go, this will never recover.
As is often the case, it would, however, be a mistake to underestimate Mother Nature.
I liken it a bit to more of a story that, we can come out here multiple times and you're going to see a progression of events, that the fire was not the end of things, rather in the beginning.
Rebirth of a forest begins quickly. When organic matter is burned from the forest floor, seeds dropped by plants and trees begin to take hold, with the sprouting species emerging first.
Some of that I see here, right?
Yeah, so this is aspen, and like I said, the trees above have died, and that sends a chemical signal to the root systems, which actually is more expansive than just right under that tree, and that chemical response encourages those root systems to resprout.
We can imagine for a moment what the Greenwood burn area will become by experiencing what the 2011 Pagami Creek Forest Fire area looks like now. 10 years ago, almost to the day, fire ripped through 93,000 acres of Minnesota forest in and around the BWCA. Today, that burn area's rebirth is well underway.
All right, so Kyle, we've seen the devastation that the Greenwood fire can do, classic fire, lightning strike fire. We've now moved 10 years into the future, and we're seeing a lot of changes in a forest after a devastating fire like that. We're still seeing, the old remnants of trees that were, but I'm also noticing, and kind of help me out here, I'm also noticing some new growth down there. What are we seeing?
Yeah, so I guess it's important to keep in mind that a lot of the tree species we have in northern Minnesota are fire-adapted species, meaning they are craving that open light environment and grow very quickly. So the tree species we have up here in the Pagami Creek wildfire scar, we have jack pine, we'll have red pine, there's black spruce, aspen, and paper birch are our main species. And those are the ones that are growing quickly, and as you can see with the jack pine especially, it's 10 years on and these trees are 10 to 15 feet tall.
It clearly doesn't happen overnight, but a forest's ability to come alive again in many ways seems to. The closer you look, the more life you see.
I'm just going to get down here a little bit lower.
Yep.
I mean, here's a red pine, right?
Yep.
And this is a small jack pine you talked about.
Exactly.
A wildfire noticeably kills most things in its path, but despite the flames and intense temperatures, rarely is everything reduced to ashes, and that plays a key role in a forest regeneration.
Kyle, I'm also noticing as we make this walk through that some do survive, and we're seeing a grove of, red pine over there?
Yep. Yeah, so I mean, that's where we are getting at the mosaic factor of wildfires. Fires come through, and not all burns at the same intensity, so many times you'll end up with this pocket of live tree islands, be it a red pine stand like this or a lowland. I mean, the fire still occurred through that red pine stand, but it burned to a point where the trees were able to survive that.
Life springs back in amazing ways. These are images taken of the Pagami burn scar back in 2012, just 1 year after the fire tore through. In one season, the survivors now dominate the forest. Grasses replace the scorched ground. Wildflowers are abundant. Bushes and small trees have already sprouted. And the resilient jack pine, a tree that hides its seeds deep in sealed cones, and fire is the only key.
The jack pine cones actually stay on the tree and they stay sealed, and The way they're opened is through heat, so either from fire or falling on the ground, heating up and then dispersing their seeds. But that's their natural adaptation to cope with fire and naturally regenerate.
It is an amazing ecological system of creating new forest life when it appears all is lost. One that has evolved through the eons of time, where fire has always played a key role and time is irrelevant to a forest.
I think it's interesting, Kyle. I talked to some folks down who live near the Greenwood fire or in the Greenwood fire, and they're dismayed. They said things like, in my lifetime, I'll never see the beauty of this forest again. But some insight on that from your perspective. Forests don't necessarily operate within sort of the time frame that we as humans do.
Yeah, and that goes for tree species as well. Across northeast Minnesota, depending on your forest cover type, you know, a 50-year-old forested stand, it might be its normal life cycle when another fire or some other event comes through. In some cases, it may be up to 400 years in the cases of a large white pine. So that whole range of 50 to 400, especially when you start getting into those really old age classes, you know, the time we're here and a part of that is relatively short.
Yeah, and we have to be good with what happens in that period in between.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. There is also much to learn from a fire like the Greenwood. Foresters are now studying the effectiveness of the methods used to fight it, both from the ground and the air, along with forest management techniques that were put in place to limit the effect of a fire if it were to move through a large stand of timber, as it did with the Greenwood fire.
It's amazing to see how the forest has a plan in events like this to grow again.
It's
and how
done this
quickly
before,
it goes,
many times.
It comes back, yeah. There's a cycle there, and it's beautiful.
It'll be